joins us now via Skype from Tampa, Florida. Majid, thank you very much for being with us today. Now, we're seeing Israel voice concerns over Iran's motives of their warming of ties with the U.S. Just how sincere do you think Tehran is when it comes to negotiating their nuclear program?
Well, that's a great question, Fawzia, and it's a complicated one. I have to say that the reason that you see some kind of eagerness from the side of the Rouhani's government to mend relationship with the United States is the economic situations of Iran. I think the economic situation in Iran is really is justifying now the political actions. Iran a few years ago was exporting around 2.5 million barrels a day of oil, and now it has reached to less than 1 million barrels. The inflation has spiked inside Iran.
And at the same time, though, Majid, we've seen this dance of discussions before. We've seen Tehran say that they're willing to talk, and then just before they come to the negotiating table, they put in some sort of condition, and the talks are off again. So, really, are we just being preemptively optimistic?
Well, I think we have to understand here that the eagerness from the side of the Rouhani government does not mean that Iran is going to change its position fundamentally on its nuclear program. I think what they're trying to say that they want to be more transparent, but at the same time, Rouhani's speech is clearly, I think, outlined, and he clearly articulated that Iran has the right to continue enriching in uranium. So his position is really not that much different from the previous Iranian president's administration. That was a classic speech, but it was less inflammatory compared to Ahmadinejad. But Iran does not say that it is going to change its policy on its nuclear enrichment fundamentally.
Right. Now, Majid, we have seen President Rouhani, though, being criticized for his actions and his comments while in the United States. How much support does he have from the conservative elements in Tehran?
Well, there is I think a lot of cautions here. I think there is a really deep mistrust here, particularly as you mentioned from the right wing, that Iran actually is trying to buy time. So Iran is already is enriching around 20% uranium. So it's a short step technologically into becoming a nuclear power. So what they're arguing is that this whole signs of U.S.-Iran rapprochement or eagerness is only to buy time. So there is really mistrust inside the country. But I think here what you see is the primary, I think the diplomatic outreach is coming from the President Obama rather than really from the Congress or House of Representatives or the Senate.
Majid, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much for speaking with us. Majid Rafizadeh, the President of the International American Council on Middle East. Now let's move on to